So I've been thinking about the mind, and I just heard this phrase. The mind is actually our servant, but we treat it like it's our boss. Yeah. So I went to this spiritual retreat last weekend, and there was a whole lecture on the mind and utilizing our mind to the capacity that it's meant for, and how things outside of us tend to hack our mind and then take the leadership role. And that's something that we have to be very conscious of and watching for. So when this lecturer was talking, I was thinking about trail running, which I just went for a trail run, which is why I'm all sweaty. And I was thinking how for the longest time, I'm scared of snakes. So every time that I would run, in the beginning, I was very cognizant of looking for snakes. So it got to the point that my mind interpreted that every single stick, and there's a lot of sticks laying on a trail, that every single stick was a snake. And it became like a fear-based thing where I was anticipating, oh, is that stick up there a snake? That kind of thing. And I wasn't focusing on the flow and the endorphin release of my run, which is the whole purpose of doing it. And so that one thought that became obsessively, and our mind will do that, especially when there's any fear or anxiety, worry attached to it, it will perseverate on it. And that one thought becomes like your wheelhouse. It becomes the thing that's running the show. And you don't even realize it. Like, I ran for years with always having that thought, is that a snake? Is that a snake? Is that a snake? And the funny part is that the few days, I don't do this anymore because I've kind of overcome that, because I've come across so many snakes over the years running that, it now, my mind has neutralized to it, and for other reasons with the snakes too, but anyway. But then I got to the point that I would have moments of peace, and I was so in the groove, the juju of the run, the music I was listening to, the beauty of Mother Nature all around me, that I forgot about the whole snake stick thing. And there were multiple times over the years that I have literally almost stepped on a snake, a real snake, because I wasn't looking for sticks that could be snakes or snakes. And all of a sudden, when I was in the flow, I forgot about those obsessive thoughts. So what is the bottom line here? When we live in a place of brain hacking, which is what the lecture was about, where we're allowing things outside of us or things from our childhood, beliefs, patterns that are ingrained, fears, worries, it could even be karma from past lives that we're carrying, and we don't even know why we're so scared of snakes, or why we're so scared of butterflies, things most people aren't scared of, or whatever it is, or there's whatever. So we have to be very aware of that, because what we want is to look at the sun. Yee! What we want is to be in a state of acceptance and harmony with whatever is happening, whatever is showing up. So those times that I almost stepped on a snake because for whatever reason that snake was not leaving, the path. It was deciding that it was, okay, lady, you can just jump over me or whatever. I lost my train of thought now. Those times that I almost stepped on a snake were moments of understanding and accepting that this is what is occurring in the path. Okay, relay that to your life. This is what is occurring in the path in front of me in this moment. And I must accept that. There is a snake in the trail. I'm going to have to jump over it. I'm going to have to step back a little. I'm going to have to run around it. I'm going to have to turn around and run the other way if I'm seriously not going to face the snake. But those are the moments that life is about, when we're in the flow with whatever is happening and we're not defining it. There's a snake in the trail. That's bad. I'm scared. That's not good. But projecting, is that stick a snake? Is that stick a snake? Is that stick a snake? Do you see what I'm saying here? Think about your life. What sticks do you think are snakes all the time, when they're maybe not even snakes at all? Most of them are not snakes at all. It's much better to live in a place of living in the present accepting what's in front of you, surrendering to it, and doing your very best to learn, change, grow from the situation. I kind of have gotten over my fear of snakes that way on the trail. I'm not saying if somebody walked up to me and said, hey, do you want to hold this yellow python? I'm ready for that, because that's not something that I've dealt with. But because I love running so much, I'm willing to jump over those snakes. And it has made me stronger. It's made me more resilient. It's made me realize that maybe that's a fear that's not completely necessary. A little tiny, non-venomous snake that's on the trail, that it's probably more scared of me than I'm scared of it. So it's always much better to be in a state of flow, acceptance, and to focus your energy around that. And instead of trying to resist it, run away from it, suppress it, fight against it, analyze it, try to make it so it's a situation that never happens. Like, this can never happen in my life. I can't ever be in this situation. All of those are examples of a concept, an energy called resistance. And when you are in resistance, resistance doesn't mean fighting. Sometimes it means running away. Sometimes it means looking away, ignoring, pretending something's not happening, deflecting, projecting onto other people. I've given you lots of examples of how we resist. But basically, if you are not in a state of flow, which is life is occurring in front of me, this is what's happening, this is what's showing up for me in this moment, and I'm going to look at that, whatever it is. I'm not going to define it as good or bad. I'm not going to judge it. I'm just going to say it is. And I am here and now with it. And therefore, I need to figure out why this is showing up. What is the message? What is the divine message? What is the pattern? What is the thing I need to release here? What is it I need to accept? Where do I need to have clarity and focus around this? And ultimately, how is it a teacher and how is it a healer for me? Because anything that's showing up for you, a situation, an animal, a snake in the a snake in the path, a person, a relationship, a job, whatever, a situation, whatever is happening for a reason. And that's our task, is to figure out what that is. So when you apply this whole concept of mind hacking to your thoughts, to your thoughts come from your mind, you can see what's happening in our world right now, where this is not even about the U.S. government trying to control the United States. It is now extended far beyond that. This is a world control type thing. There's something at play here that is much bigger than him and much bigger than the people that work for him. This is something that's probably been planned for a long time, and the whole world is involved now. And so we're going to have to stand up and say we're not going to be brain hacked anymore, because that's what this constant barrage of, push, pull, every single day, the new headline, new fears, new worries. You can't even process what happened the day before. And it is a form of brain hacking. It's attempting to take over your thoughts. But what we need to remember is that you, I, us, we choose what we focus on. We choose what we believe. We choose where we put our energy. We choose our reactions. We choose our perceptions. We choose to stay in our true seat of power, which is our connection to God, whatever God means to you. That you are an infinite being. You came from an infinite being, and you have infinite powers within you. You're so much bigger than the brain hacking that is going on right now. Don't let it take you over. When I went to the retreat last weekend, I purposely did not use my phone. I did not go on any of my social media pages. I only used it to communicate with family members at home. I let myself be engrossed in the retreat. And after 3 days, I felt so much better that I now have been very minimally reading what is going on. I want to stay educated, but I do not want to be inundated. Stay educated, but do not be inundated. Be in this world, but not of this world. It's another way of saying it. And it is quite the task. And I think it's a task we're being called to right now. Remember who you are. Remember you get to choose what you focus on. Remember your freedom lies within. And remember that we have infinite power inside and outside of ourselves to create change. and to be in a state of peace and flow and harmony, which is what we all want. Blessings.